Okay, we are solving an equation that has a radical in it, and this radical is a square root. It's possible you might be given one with a cubed root or a fourth root. All you have to do to get rid of it is raise it to that power. So since this is the square root of a y minus 9, I am going to square the left side. Of course, what you do to one side, you got to do to the other. So I'm going to have to square this side. The square will cancel out the square root. And that's going to leave me with just the y minus 9. On the other side, 9 squared, that's 81. And then all I have to do to solve for y is add 9 to both sides. It's going to cancel out here. And I'll be left with y is equal to 81 plus 9 is 90. And that's my answer. If I were taking a test, I would definitely want to check my answer on this because there's a problem you might run into with radicals. So I'm going to take my 90 and plug it where the y was, 90. And we're going to see if that definitely equals, that's the big question, does this equal a 9 when you're done? Well, 90 minus 9 is 81, and the square root of 81 is 9. So yes, 9 equals 9, so it checks. However, sometimes you'll get an answer over here that doesn't check. If I actually got a number smaller than 9, like, let me erase this here. Like, let's say we solved this over here and we got y was equal to a 5. And I put 5 in here. 5 minus 9 is negative 4. And right there I run into a problem. I cannot take the square root of a negative 4. My calculator is going to give me an error message. That's because there is no number that when you square it will give you a negative 4. If you take a positive 2 and square it, you get a positive 4. If you take a negative 2 and square it, you also get a positive 4. There's no number that when you square it will ever give you a negative 4. So therefore, this is not a real number over here. And in that case, I would be clicking on the no solution if my answer didn't check. So you do want to check your answers to look for what they call extraneous roots, because sometimes the answer does not check because you're in radical land. And in radical land, there's this rule that says you can't take the square root of a negative. Now, had that been a cubed root, you can take cube roots of negatives. Like, I can take the cubed root of a negative 27. That's actually a negative 3 because negative 3 cubed is negative 27. So if you've got cube roots or fifth roots or seventh roots, any odd root, negative numbers will work. But even roots, squares, fourths, sixths, nope, can't take the square root of negative. So, but in this particular problem, I did get this answer right here, and I already checked it, so I would be sticking in 90 right there. So just make sure you check your answers.